The following is a special presentation of Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Hello, everybody, and welcome to game number 33 here in season 2 of the Hometown Football League. We're in week 7. This is the third game of 5 we are doing this week, and we will be showing you the box scores of all the other games that we do not televise on Friday. Today it's Houston and Atlanta. Tomorrow, San Francisco and Las Vegas, a big matchup in the West Division, and New England and Pittsburgh will wind up the week. So let's get Houston and Atlanta started. Another South Division battle. Atlanta was tied atop the lead in the South Division with Tampa Bay and New Orleans, but Tampa Bay defeated New Orleans, so Atlanta has to win to keep pace with the Buccaneers. Meanwhile, Houston is a game back, so if they win, they will be 4-3 along with a boatload of teams in the 8-team Southern Division. We play 18 weeks, 18 games, no byes. And off we go. It's 68 calm at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta with the retractable roof. And I will play as Atlanta and play as I always play as the home team no matter what game I do. Computer will set the rosters, and we're ready to go. Deshaun Watson is the quarterback for Houston. Earl Campbell has had a good season, 592 yards. Dickerson not too bad at 535. He will be the tailback for Atlanta. Matty Ice, of course, quarterbacking them, taking them to Super Bowl 51 a few years back. The coin flip will go Atlanta's way. I will defer until the second half, because that's what most teams do in the NFL. Levias is back deep along with Johnson and Slayton. And we are underway from Atlanta. Levias gets it out to the 25, or return for 25. Reeves made the tackle for Atlanta. The Houston starting lineup. Campbell and Billy Cannon are your running backs. They are both 3 receivers. Johnson a 10, Hopkins a 9. Those are your wideouts in the base formation. Owen Daniels a 6. Watson quarterbacking, and these are blocking numbers about to read off. Brown an 8, Matthews a 10, Myers an 8, Munchak a 10, and Jameson an 8. That's your offensive line for Houston. The Oilers, I call them. They are a combination of Oilers and Texas because it is the hometown football league and not the home franchise football league. First and 10 at the 25. And Watson goes to work. He will throw on the first play, complete to Billy Cannon, but a marker.
Roughing the passer. Defense. Number 87, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Claude Humphrey roughs up Deshaun Watson for a 15-yard penalty. So tack that on to the end of the play, and it's a first and 10 from the 45 for Houston. Defensively for Atlanta, Humphrey is a 9 rated defender. Kearney is a 7, Jarrett an 8, and Hall is a 7. That's your front 4. Brooking, Tuckle, and Kuykendall, a 9, an 8, and a 9, and an 8. Brooking is an 8, Tuckle is the 9. Those are your linebackers. Prime time, Deion Sanders a 10. What else would he be? Grimes is an 8, Brown is an 8, Case is a 7. And those are your starting defensive backs for Atlanta. When Atlanta gets the ball, we'll do their offense and Houston's defense. So a first and 10 now at the 45. Watson was looking for Daniels. That fell incomplete. And it's second and 10. This is season 2 of the HTFL. And we are now up to week 7, midway through week 7. We were going to do this to coincide with the NFL season, but I had a hospitalization. Third and 10 at the 45 for the onset of diabetes. Not good. That time, Watson was looking for Cannon. It's incomplete. That was third down, so it's 4th and 10, and Houston will punt the ball away. And we resumed the season in January, first of the year. Dwight, a fair catch after a 40-yard punt, and Atlanta will start at their own 15. For Atlanta, Eric Dickerson, better known for playing with the Rams, but he was at one time an Atlanta Falcon, so Atlanta could pick him. And Malone, those are your two running backs. 4 and 6 is their receiving numbers. Jones and White. Jones leading the league at the start of Week 7 in receiving yards. White also a 9. Roddy White. Jim Mitchell is a 6 tight end. And then Ryan, your quarterback. Ken, a 9 blocker. Freilich, a 9. Van Note, an 8. Thielman, an 8. And Coons is a 9. And that's your Atlanta starters on offense. Dickerson will take a dive here, 1st and 10, barring something happening. And something did happen. A fumble recovered by Roddy White. Atlanta keeping possession, and it'll be 2nd and 8. Defensively for Houston, you got J.J. Watt, who is a 10-plus defensive end, 10 defender. Williams is a 9. Childress and Curly Culp, a 9 and an 8. Those are your defensive tackles. Brazel, Ryans, Webster. Brazel a 10, Ryans an 8, Webster a 9. And your defensive backs, Farr is an 8, Dishman an 8, Bishop a 9, Reinfeldt an 8. So the Houston corners can be thrown upon, and with Julio Jones licking his chops, will go his way. Medium fly route on 2nd and 8, but that's an incompletion. And Mitchell tweaked his foot, and he will be out for a few plays. Algie Crumpler will come in out of North Carolina for a 3rd and 8. We'll stay in the 3-wide set and look for Andre Rising and hope his mojo is rising. He makes the catch. A gain of 13 against Jacksonville last week. Ryan went 22 for 40 for 320 yards, but threw 2 interceptions. And we've had a logjam atop the leaderboard in the South Division of the HTFL. But it's early yet. We still have 12 weeks to play, and after these next few games, we'll be down to 11. Dickerson off tackle left, but a marker before the play.
False start. Offense. Number 68, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 1st down.
That is Thielman called for the false start. It is, as I record this, February 16, 2022. Pitchers and catchers were to have reported by now to spring training, but there is still a lockout in progress. Off tackle right, Dickerson. But instead of going left, he goes right, and he is short of the 1st down. He picked up the 15 yards. But they bring out the chains, and he is just short. So Atlanta has 2 plays to pick up a fraction of a yard. And this will be a good time to go deep, I think. Long fly to Julio Jones on 2nd and inches. There's the throw, but an incompletion. Dishman providing good coverage for Houston. So the Oilers were equal to the task. Trap right Dickerson on 3rd and inches in the double tight end set, and he gets the 1st down. It looked like Houston had stood him up Barrow on the tackle, and it's 1st and 10 at the 40, so they just did get those fractions of a foot that Atlanta needed for the 1st down. We'll go Dickerson, pitch it to the right side on 1st and 10. I think we have played with both of these teams before. I played Houston against Las Vegas a couple of weeks ago and handed Las Vegas their first loss of the year. I think that was week 5. So a gain of 4 for Dickerson, who is already up to 21 yards. 2nd and 6, we'll go Jones on the short cross. We want to get him going. That's incomplete. Ryan and Jones had a miscommunication. 3rd and 6 will go 4 wide, which brings Mathis into the game, Terrence Mathis. In fact, we'll go to him on a short out. But it's an incompletion as he was double covered. So bringing Mathis in did not fool anybody on Houston's side. Ryan has started 1 for 5 for 13 yards. 4th and 6 from the 44. Bosher will punt the ball. And that goes all the way through to the end zone, a touchback. The punt going 56 yards, but with that being a touchdown, the touchback, I beg your pardon, the net was only 36. 10-12 left, opening quarter, no score if you have just tuned up to this part of the video. First and 10, neither team scoring on their first possession. And Watson will go deep, and he finds... Who did he find? Johnson, Andre Johnson, 55 big yards on the pickup, and Houston is in business at the Atlanta 25 with 9:52 left to go. And this is Campbell, a marker.
Holding, offense.
And it's holding.
Number 81, 10-yard penalty.
Owen Daniels accused by the men in the striped shirts for holding. First and 20 now, back up to the 35 of Atlanta. And this is Andre Johnson again, a pickup of 12 to go of his 55-yard pickup. He's at 67 yards on the day. I'm going to pause for a moment so I can turn on my light because it's about 5:30 right now here on the East Coast. And by the time I get this finished, it'll be very close to dark, if not surpassing. It's 5:26. I'm sorry, 5:26. Second and 8 at 23. I was estimating. And Watson looking for Daniels, incomplete. Of course, Watson did not play anywhere in 2021 due to some allegations of misconduct of a sexual nature. Third and 8 at the 23. That is completed to Andre Johnson again. He's up to 80 yards on 3 catches. The 13-yard gain makes it a first and goal at the 10, so Houston cannot get another first down. Earl Campbell, a 2-yard gain. Kearney making the stop for the Falcons at the 8. Second and goal from there. And Watson is back. He's looking, spending too much time in the pocket. Kuykendall with the pick in the end zone. Fulton Kuykendall, his first pick of the year. And a nice drive by Houston is stymied. And it's first and 10 at the 20. Well, we'll go deep. We'll look for Roddy White on first and 10 at the 20. Whenever there's a turnover, you got to make them pay. That's an 8-yard gain as Ryan dumped it off to Malone. And let's learn a little more about Malone. He's out of Arizona State, played on those teams the Falcons had in the early 70s. They did have a season in either 72 or 73 where they went 9-5, but then didn't didn't go to the playoffs for the first time until 78 when they beat the Eagles and lost to the Cowboys on the Cowboys' way to Super Bowl 13. Run to Dickerson, but I see that the defense is playing short and tight, and when that happens, we go over the top. Long fly to Jones on second and 2, and this time he looks open, and he is. That is a gain of 28. Against Jacksonville last week, he had quite the game. 13 catches for 239 yards. First and 10 now at the Houston 44 with 5:39 left in the opening stanza. Pitch it right to Dickerson. And that is no gain. Williams on the stop for the Oilers. And it's second and 10. I thought the Oilers would resonate better than the Texans. Because, of course, Houston had an AFL team in 1960. Stayed in Houston until the late 90s when they moved to first Memphis and then Nashville and became the Tennessee Titans eventually. Tennessee Oilers just didn't work. Medium cross to Andre Rison on second and 10 in the 3-wide set.
Tripping. Offense. Number 79, 10-yard penalty.
Bill Fralick called for tripping. Back Atlanta up 10 to their own side of the field. Second and 20 at the 46. We'll screen it to Dickerson. Try to cut the distance at least in half. He got 4 yards only. And it's third and 16. Well, we'll go to Jones here. on the long fly route on 3rd and 16. Might be short of the first. And, well, I called that one right. A 14-yard gain to make it 4th and 2. First catch of the, I'm sorry, not the first, the second catch of the day for Ryzen. And with 4th and 2 at the 36, a field goal is a 50-50 shot for Matt Bryant, who I saw once hit a 61, 62-yard field goal against Philadelphia when he played for the Buccaneers. 4th and 2 from the 36. This is from 53, and he pulled it left, no good. So not only does the field goal not count, Atlanta gets to start in good field position at their own 43, which is the dangers of kicking a field goal from that long out. I did think about trying a pooch punt or a shoehorn punt, as I like to call it. But I figured I'd go for the points. 1st and 10 at the 43 is Houston. Loss of 5, tackled by Jarrett. Grady Jarrett out of Clemson. Of course, Clemson's had some very good teams in the world of college football the past few years. 2nd and 15 now at the Houston 38. Had made several national championship tournaments in recent years and won a couple of national titles. 3rd and 15 at the 38 after that was broken up by Deion Sanders, intended for Andre Johnson. And what a matchup that's going to be. Andre Johnson, who's already caught 3 balls for 80 yards. Primetime not looking too sharp early on. We have a long way to go on this game yet. 3rd and 15 at the 38. Watson, incomplete, looking for Owen Daniels over the middle. Houston will punt, unless they're not. And I'll fair catch it here. Even though Dwight is a return threat. Oh, he backed up to the 16. The punt went 46. And back we go to Atlanta with the ball. No score with 1:37 left to go in the first quarter. Art Malone on a dive play on 1st and 10. And he picks up 2 yards. Farr on the tackle. That was Miller Farr out of Wichita State, who doesn't play major college football anymore. 2nd and 8 at the 18. We'll go 3 wide, and we'll look to Roddy White on a short cross. This has an 80% chance of being complete, but nope. That's incomplete, and Ryan is now 5 for 10 for 67 yards. So on 3rd and 8, we are going to hit a short cross to Julio Jones. Complete, but short of the first down. He needed 8, he got 6, and it's 4th and 2. That'll end the first quarter, no score. Houston with 12 plays and 82 yards. Atlanta 17 and 96. Bosher will punt it away. No wind, of course, in an indoor arena. And a nice return for Johnson. I believe that is Billy White Shoes Johnson. Tackled by Tony Casillas. A 14-yard return. The punt went 48, so it was a 34-yard net. 1st and 10 at the 42 as we've just begun the second quarter. That looked like a shovel pass. It was actually Watson running the ball, a sweep to the left side, and he got back to the line before Claude Humphrey made the tackle on him. Now it's 2nd and 10, the ball at the 42. And we have Hopkins catching that one from Watson. 9-yard gain, setting up 3rd and 1 at the Atlanta 49-yard line. 14:07 now left till half. Campbell, can he get the first? He does. I will challenge the spot with a 74% chance I get it overturned.
Upon further review, the runner was stopped short of the first down. No timeout will be charged.
Okay, so my challenge is successful. In the HTFL, you get 1 challenge and 1 challenge only. All scores and turnovers are looked at by replay. And if you lose your challenge, you lose a timeout, just like the NFL rules. Figure that would speed up the game a little bit. So Houston will punt with 4th and inches at the 48. Not doing what Cincinnati did in the opening stages of Super Bowl 56. Well, watch for a fake punt, because you never know when that's going to happen. And that is a punt down to the 11. A nice punt by Norton. And Atlanta takes over from there with 13-19 now left to go. In quarter number 2, we will go give a dive to Eric here. Eric Dickerson. Gain of 11. Of course, Eric, when he played for the Rams, I think this was 84, he had a 2,000-yard season, but unlike O.J. Simpson, he got a 2,000-yard season playing 16 games, whereas O.J. did it in 14. Trap left, Eric Dickerson, 1st and 10 from the 22. We'll give it to him back-to-back occasions. 9-yard gain. Ryan's on the stop, and that'll set up a 2nd and 1, and I think it's time to drop a bomb on Houston. Bomb to Jones out of play action. 2nd and 1 at the 31. You dropped a bomb on me. Nope. Incomplete. Bishop with good coverage. 3rd and a yard. Now for something completely different. We're going to give it to Ryan on a sneak. And he is stymied by Ryans. At the 31, he did not pick up the yard he needed for a first down, despite 55% odds that he could. So Bosher in the punt again. And this is a good kick. Johnson, a 4-yard return of a 45-yard punt, 41-yard net. So we remain scoreless. 1st and 10 at the 28. And I'm sure you all are wondering, as I am, who will score first. I think even Ella, my cat, is wondering that right now. It's Deshaun Watson throwing and a completion to Earl Campbell. Pick up a 3 yards. Campbell has only touched the ball 3 times so far today. 2 carries for 3, 1 catch for 3. 2nd and 7 at the 31. If Houston's going to win, he needs to see the ball a few more times. Daniels, incomplete, was the intended receiver. Watson is now 6 out of 14 for 97 yards. 3rd and 7 at the 31. Watson looking for Hopkins, but not finding him. So Watson is now 6 for 15. Watson is off today. I think that's an understatement right now. And here's the punt by Norton. Punt went 51. The return by Tim Dwight goes 8. Okoye, I do not believe that is Christian Okoye, but another Okoye, bringing him down. 1st and 10 at 26. Of course, Okoye played for the Chiefs, famously. Christian Okoye. The Nigerian Nightmare. Pitch to Dickerson, 1st and 10 from the 26. And Dickerson will gain 3 yards. Williams on the tackle. So Dickerson is now up to 8 carries and 44 yards. How about a jet sweep by Julio Jones on 2nd and 7? Oh, and it gets stuffed.
Holding. Offense. Number 75, 10-yard penalty.
And that penalty will be declined on Coons. It'll be 3rd and 11. As Atlanta having a lot of trouble converting third downs into first downs, or so it seems to this reporter. We'll go White on a medium pass, incomplete. In fact, let's just look here on 3rd downs. Atlanta is now 2 for 7. Houston is 1 for 5. 4th and 11, and Bosher will punt and will play the field position game. That looked like a good kick. It went 50, and Johnson made the catch at the 25 and decided to stay there. 8:33 now left in the second quarter. We have no score. Watson. Oh, we have a penalty.
False start. Offense. Number 76, 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That is Brown, the left tackle. Dwayne Brown, you see him there out of Virginia Tech. 1st and 15 at the 20. And Watson looking to throw, and he finds Hopkins for a 15-yard gain. Another measurement, and Houston had enough yardage on that play for a first down. So it's now 1st and 10 again. Well, it was 1st and 15 on the last play. Watson looking and finding Hopkins. That's a gain of 21. Guarding Hopkins is Brent Grimes, who looked pretty bad on those two plays. 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 44 with 7:40 to go. That's an incompletion, as Watson was looking for everybody's All-American, Billy Cannon. 2nd and 10 at the 44. The throw complete again to Hopkins, who is hot right now. Her third catch of the drive. He's up to 4 catches on the day for 54 yards. 3rd and a yard, ball at the 35. The give is to Campbell, and he has a more than enough for the first, but
offense. Number 70, 10-yard penalty.
Jameson, this gentleman right there, out of Colgate, gets called for the hold, so Houston has to do it again, and they have to do it 11 yards shy of the first down marker. Atlanta playing back as Watson tries to throw it to an up back, and that's incomplete, deflected at the line by Claude Humphrey. 4th and 11, and Houston will punt the ball as we continue to be scoreless here. And they kick away from Dwight. A sideline punt going out of bounds at the 6, a 39-yard punt. 5:57 now left to go opening half, with the score still no score. Off tackle right, Dickerson, 1st and 10 from the 6, as Atlanta will try to get some breathing room here. They only pick up a yard. Curly Culp picks up the tackle. Of course, he just recently passing away during the last season out of Arizona State. 2nd and 8 at the 7. We'll go Malone on a screen out of the double tight end set. He's got it, and that's a few more yards. Brazel on the tackle. So Atlanta going 3 wide. We'll short pass it to White on 3rd and 6. That's incomplete. Bishop injured on the last play. He is out the remainder of the game, so Marcus Robertson will come on to replace him. But right now, Atlanta will punt the ball on 4th and 6 from their own 10. Bosher back. And this is a line drive punt. And Billy White Shoes Johnson picking up 4 yards. I believe that is Billy. Punt going 32, the net 28. And Houston has good field position. They were inside the Atlanta 10 earlier in the game, and Watson threw an interception. He is 9 for 20 for 142 yards. 1st and 10 from the 38. That's an incompletion. Sanders providing good coverage on Andre Johnson. 2nd and 10 at 38 with 4:10 to go now. And what happened here? Fumbled snap. Watson pounced on it, but they lose 6 yards. 3rd and 16 at the 44. As I hit that CPU button a little quick. Throw to Billy Cannon, no catch. And Houston has to punt it back to Atlanta. Another sideline punt attempt, but this was also a terrible punt by Norton, only going 24 yards out at the 20. And that's where Atlanta will start. 3:14 to go. We still have no score. Pitch it right to Eric Dickerson, a far cry from our game yesterday between New Orleans and Tampa Bay, where we had 65 points. 1-yard gain, Webster knocking him out at the 21. We'll go Big Jim Mitchell, medium cross, on 2nd and 9. That's a catch. That's a first. Pick up a 13. And we'll go to the 2-minute warning with no score. Each team, let's see, each team has 3 timeouts. Atlanta has done away with their challenge. 1st and 10 at the 34. We're going to see what we could do here. We need Julio to get open. Medium slant route. Instead, it's dumped off to Malone, who gains 7. Will hurry to the line and go for a medium pass to Roddy White on 2nd and 3 from the 41. And Ryan is going to run and get the first down. He picks up 8. 1:29 left. We'll use our first timeout. Now a 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 49. So Atlanta on the minus side of the field, at least for a couple of yards. How about rising a medium out on 1st and 10? And a sack. Ryan blowing by the left side of the offensive line for Atlanta, and J.J. Watt picking up the sack. And it's going to be 2nd and 18. Atlanta will hurry to the ball, and they'll still try that medium out to Risen. That's going to be out of bounds.
Holding. Offense.
But it ain't going to matter as there was a holding penalty. And Atlanta going backwards. That's their 4th penalty of the day for 40 yards. 2nd and 28. Medium fly, and we will look to Jones. Call timeout if we hit it, and we do. That's a gain of 13. Houston calls time with 56 seconds to go. So Atlanta in a bit of a quandary here. We're going to route plus this to try to get the first down. We'll go to Jones again. Medium pass. That's incomplete. And with 49 seconds left, Atlanta will punt the ball. And Bosher will do the honors. In this back and forth game where nobody is scoring. Here's Johnson. And that's a return of 34 yards. Bosher finally got the tackle. The punt went 47, so the net only 13 there. 1st and 10 at the 43, so Houston with a couple of pass completions can get in field goal range. And that's a throw deflected by Sanders, incomplete. 2nd and 10, ball at the 43. I don't think we have had a game yet where we've been scoreless at halftime. Cannon on the screen pass gains a yard. We're down to 20 seconds left in the half. And this is a completion and a first down to Hopkins, who gains 10. Watson has thrown 25 passes, completed 11 of them, 1 pick for 153. 9 seconds left in the half. Campbell, that might do it for the half. A first down, but Houston has run out of time. That was a 10-yard gain for Earl Campbell, who finishes the half 3 carries and 13 yards. We've played 30 minutes without a score. Houston nothing, Atlanta nothing. And we're going to pause 15 seconds for this commercial message. If you like the video you're watching, feel free to use the Amazon link provided. I'll put it in the description down below. So this might be a first for Season 2. We have no score after 30 minutes of play between Houston and Atlanta. And with the offenses both of these teams have colored me shocked. Houston has run 30 plays. 25 of them have been passes. And with Earl Campbell in your backfield, why would you throw so many passes? 30 plays for 155 yards. Atlanta, 33 plays. 14 of them have been runs for 153. Dwight is back deep for Atlanta. And here's a guy who can break the scoreless tie. But he only gains 19 yards. And the hold against Case, Scott Case on the kickoff coverage team. 1st and goal at the 12. Pitch it right to Eric Dickerson. And the former SMU star gains 8. Reinfeld injured and won't return at one of the safety positions. So Pollard, you see him there, enters the game. He's out of the University of Purdue. We're going to go play action, medium fly to Julio Jones. And it's complete for a pickup of 15 yards. Dishman making the stop for Atlanta. That was the 5th catch of the day for Jones at 76 yards. Well, we'll go right back to Eric Dickerson, off tackle right side. And he will pick up 8 yards in the base formation, which is 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a tight end. We'll move the tight end over to the left and run to that side, a sweep to the left side for Dickerson. But Houston playing short and tight. We're going to bomb it out to Jones on 2nd and 2. Instead, it's a dump off to Dickerson, who picks up 7. His 2nd catch of the day. He's at 11 yards. Ryan now 12 of 21 for 131. Dickerson off tackle left side as they keep that tight end on the left side. Dickerson stood up by J.J. Watt at the 49. Lost a yard. We'll put the tight end back over on the right side, away from number 99. And we will go Jones on a medium hitch. It's dumped off to Malone, who gains 5. Ryan's injured, but he stays in the game. He's the inside linebacker. Now a 3rd and 6. And we'll look to Andre Rison, who had a great game in Super Bowl 31.
The ruling on the field stands. Incomplete. A timeout will be charged.
Okay, so there you go. 4th and 6 at the 46, and Atlanta, as they have done so often today, punting the ball. Here is Bosher. And that goes out of bounds at the 3. Nice coffin corner punt. So Houston starts at their own 3. 10:37 left. Still no score in the 3rd quarter. And the give is to Campbell, who picks up 2. Kuykendall on the tackle for Atlanta. 2nd and 8 at the 5. Watson in his own end zone gets rid of it, throws to Johnson. He picks up 14 yards. So Houston with breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 19. We have played 35 minutes now without a score. 5-yard gain for Campbell. Brooking making the tackle. Brooking, one of the outside linebackers. 2nd and 5 at the 24. Give is to Campbell. Campbell picking up 2 yards. He's been held to 22 yards, but he has been held because Houston is not utilizing him correctly, in my opinion. 3rd and 3 at the 26. He should be seeing more touches. And Watson is off. He picks up 10 yards on a run out to the 36. And we're now down to 7:23 left to go in the 3rd. 1st and 10 at the 36. That's Billy Cannon gaining 3. Set up 2nd and 7. And Campbell tackled by Claude Humphrey for no gain. And now it'll be 3rd and 7 at the 39. Both teams have been struggling on 3rd downs. Houston is 3 out of 9, and Atlanta is 2 out of 10. So that's 5 out of 19 combined. A 1st down this time for Watson as he threw to Hopkins. Grimes on the tackle for Atlanta. And now it's 1st and 10 at the Houston 47. Cannon picking up 2. Kearney making the tackle for Atlanta. So this is the 10th play of the drive already. 4:37 left, and Houston still on their own end of the field. Throw to Cannon there, incomplete. 3rd and 8 at the 49. 3:59 to go. That's a completion and a 1st down, and Houston is finally in Atlanta territory. Andre Johnson going over 100 yards, and he's doing it against Deion Sanders. Imagine that. That is the 5th catch for Andre, 107 yards. A 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 38. Houston had the deepest penetration so far of the game. They were at the 8-yard line of Atlanta earlier, as Watson threw that to Campbell for a couple. 2nd and 8 at the Atlanta 36. That's an incompletion, looking for Hopkins. 3rd and 8 at the 36. And Watson looking and finding Andre Johnson, who keeps getting away from Sanders. A season high for him, 118 yards receiving. 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 25. Atlanta's defense is going to have to come up big here. 4-yard gain for Campbell. Tuggle making the tackle. 2nd and 6 at the Atlanta 21. The throw to Hopkins, a gain of 15. And this is Houston's deepest penetration now. They're at the 6. 42 seconds left to go. In the quarter, this will be the 17th play of the drive. And we have our first score. Touchdown, Hopkins, Oilers. On a 17-play, 97-yard drive. How about that? Taking 10:37. Your extra point value Del Greco is good. You notice that we do the old school extra points. Kick it from the 3-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the 3, and most teams kick from the 10. So after 3 quarters of play, it is 7-0 in favor of Houston, and I don't think anybody thought the game would be this low scoring. Houston, 47 plays for 252 yards. And that big drive that took 97 yards and took over 10 minutes. Atlanta, 40 plays, 195 yards. Those drives are very rare. You might see them once or twice a season from a given team. Dwight back deep. He is a kick return threat. Instead, it goes to Butler. And the Butler
Holding, receiving team.
moved it up 24 yards. But again, another hold on the kickoff return, backing Atlanta up to the 15. They trail 7-0. Trap right, Eric Dickerson on 1st and 10. And that is a gain of 7 before Farr got to Dickerson. 2nd and 3 now. We're going to go Dickerson again, trap to the right side. Probably see some more touches. That's a first down. A pickup of 8. Curly Culp on the tackle for Houston. This time we're going to go play action to Mitchell and give Dickerson a rest. And he's open. Nice catch. Pollard making a stop for the Oilers after a gain of 17. 1st and 10 at the 47. We'll go double tight. And look to Dickerson again. Pitch to the right side. Give you a stats update on him. And he's loose. 40, 30, down to the 26. He goes over 100 on the day. 28-yard gain. Farr making the tackle. So Atlanta in business. We'll go Malone on a dive. 1st and 10 from the 25. He picked up 2 there. Watt, J.J. Watt making the tackle. Of course, his brother T.J. currently with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Watt moved on and played with the Arizona Cardinals in 2021-2022. So we'll go Mitchell again on the medium cross route on 2nd and 8 from the 23. Instead, it's a dump off to Dickerson, who picks up 4. 3rd catch of the day for him for 15. 3rd and 4, and I think you got to go to your money man here, who is Julio Jones. The throw, an incompletion. And we have Joseph walking off. The extra DB that came in the game, the nickelback. Lewis will replace him. Darrell Lewis, you see him there out of Arizona. But with the score of 7-0, we'll kick a field goal. Here's Bryant. Too early to go for it. It's good, and it's 7-3. 10-10 left to go in the 4th quarter and in the game and in regulation. Of course, I always think of 10-10 wins out of New York. Levias, Johnson, and Slayton, the all-news station. And Levias must have bobbled it. He did, and Bostic nailed him at the 6-yard line. So Houston starts in bad shape, but they just got a 97-yard drive here on the last possession, so it's 1st and 10 at the 6. It's Campbell motoring for 17 yards, his longest carry of the day. He's up to 43 on 9 carries. 1st and 10 at the 23. Only the 14th rush for Houston in the game. A 2-yard gain for Campbell. Lead block by Billy Cannon. making it 2nd and 8 from the 25, 9:06 to go. Here's your throw. An incompletion. It was deflected by Grimes, and that's going to set up 3rd and 8 at the 25. We have 8:27 on the clock now. Another incompletion. 4th and 8 at the 25. Atlanta will get the ball back, barring a turnover on this play. Good punt. Dwight with the return goes 7. The punt went 47. McDowell making the tackle. The punt by Norton. So a 1st and 10 at the 35. 8:18 left to go. And your score is still 7-3. Pitch right to Dickerson. And he gained 2 yards. Webster making the tackle for the Oilers. Looking to go 4-3 on the year. And if the result holds, Atlanta will fall to 4-3. We'll go Dickerson again. Try to keep him between the tackles. Off tackle right side. And this time he picks up 5. And that sets up a 3rd and 3. Dickerson now at 111 yards on 18 carries. Well, Jones has got to get it done. Short out to him. Incomplete.
Holding. Offense. Number 68. 10-yard penalty.
Thielman called for holding, so the completion would not have mattered. Ryan threw a bad pass there, according to our scouts. He's had 5 of those today, also according to our scouts. Bosher will punt deep. And hope he doesn't get a 58-yard punt off. He punted it 44 yards. Johnson with an 11-yard return. 1st and 10 for Houston at the 25. We're down to 6:31, so Atlanta running out of tomorrows. That's a catch by Andre Johnson. He's played well against Dion. Brown hobbling off, and he is out for the game. Allen will come in at safety to replace him. Ricardo Allen out of Purdue. A lot of Purdue guys in this game. 1st and 10 at the 41. We'll give you the particulars on Andre here. 7 catches for a $134, and he's doing it on Deion Sanders mostly. Campbell, a pickup of 2. 6:13 to go. It's 2nd and 8 at the 43. Give is to Campbell, picking up 3 more. Jarrett on the tackle. 3rd and 5. Ball to 46. We're down to 5.5 minutes. And that's an incompletion. Atlanta will get the ball back on a punt. I don't think Houston will have the testicular fortitude to try a fake punt here. And this is going to roll inside the 10. We'll let it roll. Hope it's a touchback. Which it is not. It's down at the 9. The punt went 45 yards. 7-3. Houston beating Atlanta right now. But it's not over yet. Off tackle right, Eric Dickerson. 1st and 10 from the 9. And Dickerson gets loose for 5. Williams on the stop. They'll hurry to the line. And they'll keep the run inside and go to Dickerson again. And Dickerson gaining 4. We're down to 4:10 to go. Dickerson on a dive on 3rd and 1. This is the run and run. They make the 1st down, but they're wasting a lot of time. We're down to 3:50, and they need a touchdown that's for the lead. We're going to go fly to Roddy White, medium fly route, 3 wide receivers. He's got it. Pickup of 18. And the tackle was made by Pauly. Atlanta hurrying to the line. We want to run a few more plays before we get to the 2-minute warning. We'll go to Risen. Medium fly route. 1st and 10 from the 37. Dumped underneath to Dickerson, who gains 1. 2nd and 9 at the 38. 3:07 to go. Jones, medium cross. Incomplete, but a marker.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 26. Automatic. 1st down.
So Houston making some unforced errors. Dishman with the PI, and it's 1st and 10 at the 49 of Houston. We're down to 2:42. Now Atlanta in much better shape. Pitch it right to Dickerson. Houston playing back defensively. They were in a 4-2 nickel. And Ryan pitching it to Dickerson. Culp on the tackle, a gain of 3. Again, we hurry to the line because we're only got another playoff before 2 minutes. Medium cross to Jim Mitchell, who has come in handy for Atlanta, but that's an incompletion. Ryan is now 17 for 30. Mitchell, by the way, has 2 catches. White and Risen only have 1. 3rd and 7. And we're going to run an off-tackle right play with Dickerson in the 3-wide set, picking up 2 yards because Atlanta knows it's all or nothing and it's 4-down territory. We will save our timeouts and take the 2-minute timeout, which is accredited to neither team. 4th and 5, ball at the 44, 2 minutes left. It is 7-3. And we're going to go 5 wide. Okay, put a man in motion. The quarterback must pass on this play. And we're going to go to White since he's only got 1 catch. So this is do or die for Atlanta. They put White in motion. An incompletion. And Houston many steps closer. No, it's an interception. I'm sorry. Robert Brazil picked it off. His first pick of the year, which may have doomed Houston a little bit because they're a little farther back. They're at the 37. If they had let it go, they would have had field position a little farther up, but not by much. 1st and 10 at the Houston 37. Atlanta with all 3 timeouts, and they won't use one here as Grimes tackles Hopkins after an 11-yard gain. He's at 104 yards now, Grimes is. And Atlanta will call time. The play was in bounds. So Atlanta's chances of winning the game dwindling a little bit here. 1st and 10 at the 48. We have 1:46 to go. As I pause, as Ella is nearby. Sorry about that, folks. 1st and 10 at the 48. Come here, Ellie. I got you. Got you, baby. Okay, I'm going to put you... You're tangled up in my wires here. Okay. On that play, it was Campbell gaining 4. Atlanta will call timeout. Sorry about that, folks, but sometimes that happens when you take in a cat, which I did a month ago today. 2nd and 6 at the 48. She did knock my camera over a little bit. 2nd and 6 at the 48. Campbell close to the 1st down, a pickup of 5. Atlanta will call timeout, and they're out of them. We have 1:30 to go. Houston, with 1 yard, could salt the game. Cannon, did he get it? He got it. So Houston's going to pull out a win here. Unless something bizarre happens, we're down to 1:24. Cannon, 2 yards. They could just take a knee here and run out the clock. 2nd and 8 from the 40. And finally, Watson takes that knee. The game is over. And this might be among the televised games we have done in 2 seasons of the HTFL, our lowest scoring game ever. Have to look into that. Houston 7 and Atlanta 3, and that was it. That was all the scoring we had today. 1 touchdown, 1 field goal. MVP was Hopkins, who did a yeoman's effort. Is Andre Johnson, who basically set up Houston all day against Neon Dion. Each team was imperfect in the red zone. Atlanta kicked a field goal. Actually, they were perfect. They did get 1 score on 1 trip. Houston with only 2 trips to the red zone. We had, on 3rd down, Houston went 7 out of 15. Atlanta, 3 out of 14. So the teams combined went 10 out of 29. Houston ran 60 plays. Atlanta, 59. Atlanta had it to 31-35. The better thrower today was Watson, but they both had poor days. 20 for 39 was Watson, 249, 1 pick, 1 touchdown. Leading rusher was Dickerson, 23 carries, 126 yards. We had Hopkins with 9 catches to lead everybody, but Andre Johnson caught 7 catches for 134. Hopkins had 104. And your leading tackler today was, well, we had two. We had Brazil with 8, but he also had the big interception to seal the game for Houston, or that's how it turned out. Grimes also had 8 tackles for Atlanta. So that was your final, folks, and that was it. 7-3 is your final. And we will come back at you with a very big game in the HTFL West Division. Las Vegas and San Francisco will battle to see who will be in sole possession of first place, because one of those teams will be, unless they tie. So this has been Big Pauly coming to you, wishing you well. Godspeed, God bless. We'll do it all again soon. Me and Ella wish you bye-bye, everybody.